Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Earthbound. In today's episode, we're getting a visit from the photographer. Apparently, I decided to start that episode in just the wrong spot. I barely twitched up there, and this guy came down, and yeah, so he kind of interrupted my intro there. But anyways, we're here at Grapefruit Falls, where we are going to hopefully find Master Belch and save all the Mr. Saturns who were captured. In order to do that, we have to say the password here, and at this point what you want to do is just stop. Don't press any buttons, don't move at all, and I think one of the Mr. Saturns actually tells you what to do, and he says, I think, wait 3 minutes. So we are going to go ahead and wait 3 minutes here, and I'm probably going to fast forward through that because I do have a fast forward button on my emulator. So I'll meet you guys once that 3 minutes is up. No, I'm not going to make you guys wait for the whole 3 minutes while I sit here and blab about nothing. So yeah, I'll meet you guys in a couple seconds here. And there we go. That only took a couple seconds for me too, because the fast forward is actually pretty quick. So here we are in a very filthy looking place here. And we got some slime on the ground who is asking if we brought fly honey. And actually we do have fly honey, so he's going to let us pass through, which is nice. He looks just like the mini Belch we saw earlier, and he's following us now, I guess. Okay. And these guys are a fairly interesting enemy. These are the Foppies, which are kind of derpy looking characters. And they're a lot like the attack slugs from earlier in the game, in that they are incredibly unthreatening, but they give a decent amount of experience. So they're actually pretty good grinding fodder. And honestly, I might come back. I don't know if you can come back in here after you rescue the Mr. Saturns, but if you can, I might come back in here and get a couple levels off these guys, because they are pretty useful for getting doing some grinding if you need to do that. Oh, and here come a bunch of zombies. And that was just a whole bunch of farm zombies again. I didn't feel the need to show them off. It was 4 of them, so I went ahead and used PSI Boom just to make sure to get rid of them pretty quickly. Also off camera, I went ahead and emptied my inventory as much as I could. There's just so many key items that I just can't drop, and holy cow, that's a lot of Foppies. Okay, and I'm assuming we'll probably get level ups for at least 1 or 2 of our party members here, because that was a lot of them. I think there were like 6 of them, if I'm counting right, and there goes a level for Ed as well. Yeah, these guys give a lot of experience considering how weak they are, so they are, like I said, very good grinding fodder. So there we go, there's all those guys down. There's another one down here too. Oh, and I guess I don't even have to cut that one away because we got an instant win there. So that's nice. If we manage to corner one of them at a time, that's even quicker grinding. Over here we're going to see there's a couple of Mr. Saturns who seem to be doing something. Actually, that looks like fly honey. I'm guessing they are making fly honey at this factory here. Obviously, they're all chained up and everything, so yeah, we definitely have to free these guys. And we can't actually talk to the Mr. Saturns, but there's a couple of mini Belches over here, or mini Barfs over here. I don't think we want to go this way just yet. Oh, this guy's going to chase after us. Oh, we have to actually fight this one. Okay. The slimy little pile. Okay, so that's not the same enemy as we saw before. Let's see if PSI Freeze Alpha works on it. I also do have a whole bunch of like bombs and such to use up in Ed's inventory that I should probably use at some point, as well as all of his other little items. But I think I was talking about my inventory and just how many key items there are. There is a way to actually store those items, because you can't get rid of them, you can't throw them away. Like if we look here, we have the backstage pass. We can't throw that away, we can't sell it. So at some point, I think I have to go all the way back to Onett to talk to my sister, who will allow us to store our items. So I'll probably do that off camera at some point here. And more items, which are going to clog up our inventory. An IQ capsule, we can actually use that right away. IQ, I believe, is only of use to Ed. I think I've gone over that before. It's used for repairing items. You need to have a high enough IQ when you sleep at a hotel in order to repair certain items. So obviously we're going to go ahead and use that right on Ed. Oops, we were already in this trash can, so let's go ahead and grab that broken laser. Do we have space in Ed's inventory? Okay, we still do. Good. And that's going to be probably his next weapon, I think, or possibly the one after. And of course we are going to sleep at a hotel to get that repaired, but we might not be strong enough or have enough IQ to do that just yet. And I think at this point the only way to go is onwards over here. But yeah, off camera I will probably go ahead and run back to Onett and make sure we're all ready to clear up our inventory. Oh, and there's a level up for Katie, so now everybody's leveled up now. I did actually level up for Katie just a little while ago, as I was walking over here from Saturn Valley, so you can kind of see how quickly those foppies give you XP. Okay, and then another foppy here. And I guess you only get the instant win if you actually sneak up on them, which is kind of weird because I still knocked him out before he could damage me. Here's a magic butterfly, so we may as well go ahead and heal up real quick. I suppose we have been using a little bit of PSI here and there too. So Ed's up to his max. We're all over 100 HP at this point, which is very nice. There we go, not much needed on Katie's side, so yeah, let's go ahead and get this magic butterfly. And I think that's probably a guaranteed spawn for a magic butterfly in here because there's nothing else in here. Otherwise, it would just be a big empty room. And coming back outside, there's probably going to be some more enemies to face. I think onwards is the way we need to go, so let's go ahead and head up. And oh, that's a lot of flies that I don't really want to fight. Let's see if we can scroll a couple of them off. Okay, that's a little bit better, I suppose. And I guess we have to fight these slimy little piles one at a time. And there's one more fly we're just going to ignore. Head in this room over here. There's probably going to be an item. Oh, and some more flies. And let's go ahead and heal up again. Was getting a little bit low on health because the slimy little pile has a habit of making your party members cry, in which case you cannot use your, well, you can still use your physical moves, but they don't hit very often, which is kind of annoying, and I ended up using PSI to finish taking them out. Ooh, HP Sucker. I remember that being a pretty good item. Let's go ahead and use the Vital Capsule real quick on Katie. I think that ends up raising Vitality. What is Vitality? I don't remember what that stat is. I thought it was just going to raise HP maybe, but I guess not. Okay, so let's go ahead. The HP Sucker we want to give to Ed because he's our item user, but we don't have space in his inventory. And is there really anything we can get rid of here? Not really. I guess we're going to have to use one of these bombs in the next fight we go into. Just to free up space, honestly. I guess it would be helpful. I think the bombs hit every enemy, so it should be helpful in taking out a big group. Let's just use it on these poppies here. Oh, and there's another level up already. Like I said, you get a lot of levels in here from those foppies. And I think the bomb is only a single target item, so I did end up using it up. Okay, we're almost to Master Belch's lair. One more guy here to fight who asked us if we had the password, and obviously we don't have it. Okay, and that battle took way too long because the slimy little piles have a habit of calling in reinforcements, which is incredibly annoying. And now we're getting a phone call probably from our dad saying we've been out here too long, we need to save, blah blah blah. Because like I mentioned earlier in this Let's Play, I don't use actual saving in this game because I guess I'm going to say yes, I don't know, it doesn't really matter if you say yes or no. But I don't use the saving in this game because you have to be at a hotel to do it. Ooh, and let's scroll those guys off real quick. We could probably use a heal. Do we have... I know I ran out of PP with Ben here, but do we have any items we can use to... Well, we can go ahead and put that HP Sucker in Ed's inventory like I said I was going to do. But I don't think we really have any healing items, so we're just going to have to head into this room here. A bunch of slimy little piles and nothing else over there. And this here is going to be Master Belch's lair, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there he is in all of his disgusting glory. But we can go ahead and grab this butterfly over here. I did not know that was going to be in there. That's very convenient and very helpful. And that means we can... Do we even need to be healing? I guess not. We're good on health. So let's save that PP in case we need it in this battle, which we probably won't. Because as you're going to see, Master Belch is actually fairly easy if you know what to do. If you've been paying any attention to the dialogue so far, you'll remember seeing, you know, that Master Belch loves fly honey. So all you really have to do in this fight is, well, first of all, figure out who has the fly honey, which looks like it's my character here. And of course, my character's the slowest, so we're going to have to wait for him to get that off. So let's go ahead and get a freeze off, and then we can go ahead and throw... might as well throw a big bottle rocket because it's just clogging up inventory space at this point, so we might as well get rid of it. 278, very nice, very nice. 577, wow, okay. And then give him the fly honey, and oh, and then he burped. That's a little gross. I don't think we've seen the nauseous status effect before. What that does is basically you can't eat food items when you're nauseous, which doesn't really matter to us at this point in time because we don't even have any food items to heal with, so that's not a big deal. I'm kind of surprised he even managed to get an attack off because I was pretty sure... Oh, it does something different then. I must be thinking of a different status ailment. Or I might be thinking of the status ailment from Mother 3. It might work differently in that game. But yeah, it does seem like you actually take damage from that. So actually, let's go back and make sure we heal that off. Let's do healing beta. I'm not sure if healing alpha will do it, but I don't want to waste a turn if it does not work. So let's get that healed off, another freeze off, and then let's go ahead. Let's save that last bottle rocket. We could go ahead and try the HP sucker, see how that works. Like I said, I was kind of surprised he was actually attacking. Oh, okay, so that went a lot quicker than I thought it would. But as I was saying, I was kind of surprised he was actually attacking because I thought the fly honey would make it so he couldn't attack you. But it seems like that's not the case. It must just stop him occasionally from attacking. And now he's talking about the Many Many statue in Forsyth, because apparently that statue, if you remember, I think the last time we saw it was in... Ooh, it was with Mr. Carpenter, I think, over in Happy Happy Village. But apparently it's made its way over to Forsyth, which is our next destination. So we're going to have to figure out what's going on over in Forsyth. But first of all, we're not going into our goods. We're going to heal off that nausea from Ed here. There we go. I think the fresh herbs or whatever it was I had in my inventory will also do the same thing. I escaped. Zoom. Burp. Boing. Goody. Burp. Okay, so now we've freed the Mr. Saturn, so we don't have to actually go back into the factory there and grab the two that were chained down. PU. And then we're going to head through this way, and this brings us out in the top of Saturn Valley over here to this area we have not yet been to. And he's telling us to go in the hot spring to wash the barf off our body. Drink coffee before we go. Say yes to me. Say no to me. Yes, we'll have some coffee. Bottoms up. Boing. And this triggers a bit of a interesting little, I don't know what you call it, like a interesting little side thing. It's like this happens in both Earthbound and Mother 3. When you get to a certain point of the game, I think this is probably one of 3. And it's kind of just a recap of the game so far. I'm not going to go through and read all of this. I'll probably just try and summarize it as best I can. Basically, it's talking about how Pokey, the worst person in your neighborhood, who was knocking on her door because, of course, there was a meteor. And, of course, we met Buzz, who ended up guiding us and was unfortunately smashed, being mistaken for a dung beetle. And then basically it's just going on about how our main character has gotten stronger through all this stuff, and yada yada yada, all this kind of, I mean, you're going to get the same kind of text from each of these quote-unquote coffee breaks. I think that's the actual name for them. And it's going to tell us about our companions we just met. We have 2 of our companions, and we still have 1 more to pick up. Though he is timid, and he also wets the bed, according to Dr. Antonuts. But yeah, so like I said, I mean, these things pop up. I think, like I said, I think there's 3 of them, or there's 2 of them. I think in this game there's only 2 of them actually. It kind of marks like a, I don't know what you call it, like a turning point, like a kind of, you've reached a certain point in the game. Like, I don't know, it's like, I would call this maybe I'd say we're probably a third of the way through the game at this point. Yeah, I would say that's probably accurate, because we have gotten, how many your sanctuaries have we gotten? We've gotten 2 so far, right? Or have we gotten 3? I can't remember for sure. I know there's one that we passed as Ed that we couldn't quite get yet. Obviously there's Giant Step, there's Little Pet Steps, and I feel like there might have been 1 more that we picked up already, or maybe we might be coming up on 1 pretty soon. I'm pretty sure. And of course there are 8 of those, and of course once you do all those, there also is some more stuff to do after that, as far as defeating Gygus goes. But yeah, I would guess that we probably are about a third of the way through this game. And yeah, I mean, I kind of like this. It's like, you know, if you can only play the game like occasionally, like here and there, and it kind of, you know, say you're like a kid and you only have, you know, like half an hour to an hour to play this game after school every day, and you know, it's a nice little recap to remind you of what's happened so far in the game and that kind of stuff. And anyways, it's winding down a little bit here, and we still got a few things left to do in this episode. I think we're probably gonna head on back to 3. I don't think there's anything else to do in Saturn Valley at this point. And is this the narrator wishing us luck, or the game developers? Like, I'm kind of confused as to who's talking here. I would guess probably the narrator, if there is. There's not really a narrator though. I don't know. Anyways, so we're gonna come back to reality here, and I think we still have to take a dip in the hot spring over here. And there was a Mr. Saturn there. Longer ladder can go to hot springs. Oh yeah, because that ladder down there was not working before. We can go and walk back and forth in the hot springs a little bit, and eventually the screen will get light enough that I think it'll actually say we get healed. In Mother 3, I think hot springs are one of the only places you heal at. I think they got rid of hotels completely in Mother 3, actually. Oh, okay, there's something in here, too. But yeah, they basically got rid of the concept of hotels in Mother 3 and replaced them with hot springs most of the time. Oh, we got some different enemies here. They're basically just palette swaps of some of the ones we've seen before. But we have the Struttin' Evil Mushroom and the Tough Mobile Sprout A. So that's fairly interesting. And apparently the hot spring doesn't heal our PSI off. Oh, uh-oh, we got Mushroom Eyes there. I wonder if the hot spring will heal that off. I would guess not, because it didn't get our PSI back. In which case we can just go and stay with the Mr. Saturns here, because it's basically a free hotel here. In the event that the hot spring does not work. And these guys are healing up, which is a little bit annoying. And of course they also still have PSI Magnet, just like the sprouts that we've seen before. Let's just go for a PSI Boom and do some damage to them, and then a PSI Fire. That should probably do a lot because they are plant enemies. And that's a fire. PSI Fire should do a lot, I would think. Yeah, 147, that's quite a bit. And that's still not enough. I guess we're going to bring in that Boom. I probably should have just gone for a physical attack there, but that's okay. And I think if one of your party members is mushroomized, that's not going to affect your movement, I don't believe. That would be a little bit silly if it did, because if you remember when I got mushroomized when I didn't have any party members. Oh, and I guess we missed a photographer spot here. Let's go ahead and skip that. Okay, and now we can carry on. I'm going to go ahead, since this ladder's here, and it's a lot easier to get down now, I'm going to go ahead and head down to the hotel. What? Why is there... I don't think you can get to that area. Why is there a duck there? Okay, that's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure you can't even get to that area up there, but somehow an enemy has spawned. I didn't think any enemies spawned in Saturn Valley. That's really kind of weird. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to run over to the hotel, which I believe is this building here. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some slumber, KO. And after that, we still are mushroomized. I wonder if the doctor here can get rid of that. Let's take a look here. I believe this is the doctor. Yeah, Dr. Saturn can repair your body, boing. Do you want me to operate on you, ding? Yes. All fixed up. Okay, that was easy. I would say this is, if this wasn't so out of the way, I would say Saturn Valley is the place you want to go to do any of your healing. Because it is all free. You know, you can get all your PSI back by staying at the hotel. You can get the doctor to fix you up for free and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, it's kind of out of the way. And until you get PSI Teleport, which, by the way, is a thing that we will get not too long from now, I don't think. But until you get that... Ooh, what are these guys? Once you get that, you might want to come back here to do your healing. The Ranboob? Okay. That's an interesting looking enemy. Let's just try and bash it and see what happens. They almost look like cactuses, so I'm kind of surprised that they don't have any, like, damage that hits you when you physically attack them or something like that. And they do look like plants as well, so let's go ahead and hit them with fire, because I think fire should do a decent amount. Yeah, 160, that's pretty nice. There we go, that guy's out. Another physical should take out that Ranboob. It's just such a funny name. Like, who comes up with this? We got another level up. We got a lot of levels ups. Bleh. We got a lot of level ups. Can I talk today? I can talk today. We have a lot of level ups in this episode. Oh, and a lot more mushrooms. Let's run away. Oh, we're getting cornered by a lot of enemies. Oh, that's bad. And I went all out there with PSI Boom and Fire just to make sure we took out all those guys, because there were a lot of mushrooms and sprouts and all sorts of crazy stuff. And okay, we unfortunately got back attacked there, but it's alright. We managed to finish off those guys. And a whole bunch more guys down there. I want to just get to whatever's at the end of this. I think it's our next sanctuary location up this way. And those enemies just don't want to despawn. What if we go in here and then pop right back out? Oh, don't fight us, don't fight. Oh. Okay, so I had to run back and heal real quick because I was having quite a bit of difficulty with these enemies. And now I gotta heal up Katie there because she got poisoned? Yeah, there we go. And let's see if we can get past this random boob before he attacks us. And there's another one down here. That's so annoying. The good news is me running back and forth all this time has leveled me up quite a few times. And now I gotta heal up yet again. Gee, we're getting low on PSI here, so hopefully there's a butterfly coming up. Because I don't want to run all the way back, because that's just gonna end up with me wasting all my PSI yet again. So hopefully there should be... there's more of these... Okay, anyways, hopefully there should be a butterfly in here somewhere. As an item of some kind. Although we do have... Actually, now that I think of it... Ooh, Coin of Slumber. That is going to be an equipped item that I think we're going to give to Katie, because she tends to be the one who tends to have the least HP. And... oh, I guess that's not... That must be an other? Let's see. Tends to have the least HP and defense. Let's go ahead and raise her defense a little bit with that. And let's continue on. We should be getting to the end. Yeah, here we go. No butterfly, so let's go ahead and use the... if I can find it. Oh, there it is. The PSI caramel right here. Let's go ahead and use that. Get our PSI back. And I think we're good on HP for now. So let's go ahead and jump right into this battle. And I believe this is going to be a giant mushroom, unless we've already fought that one before. I can't quite remember. Oh, no, it's the trillion-inch sprout. Okay. So, right off the bat here, let's go ahead... Like, a lot of these Your Sanctuary location bosses have some little trick to beating them that renders them disabled, but I don't know what the one for this one is. So let's go ahead and lead off some fire, because that's going to hit everybody. Do we have anything here we can use? I don't think it really uses PSI. Let's try the slime generator. PSI fire, ooh, that does quite a bit of damage. Okay, okay. And then the PSI boom should finish off those mobile sprouts. That's kind of the key thing here. Oh, it didn't work on the trillion sprout. That's kind of interesting. But the key thing here is to make sure you get rid of those extra enemies, so you only have to focus on... Oh, it didn't work on him. So you only have to focus on the main enemy here. And let's put Ben here on life up duty. Heal up Katie there. Go for a PSI. We already did a fire that did a decent amount. Let's see how much freeze does. Let's see what other kind of items we have here. Let's try the HP sucker again. See if that does anything. Freeze beta should do a decent amount, 124. But it's body solidified, which means we get a free turn. HP sucker also did not work, which is kind of annoying. And let's just go for a bash so we don't waste any more PSI with Ben. And then let's try... PSI Thunder is probably going to miss, but let's see how much it does. And then let's see, what else do we have here? What does the Rust Promoter do? Let's try that, just to see what it does. And it didn't hit anybody. Okay, we're not going to use PSI Thunder again. That did not work. So that was kind of a wasted turn right there, because we didn't really get anything done. But heal up Katie again, because that's probably the best thing to do. PSI Fire Beta again, I suppose. I think that was probably doing the most damage out of those. Might as well just go for an attack with Ed, I think. Because he's not really doing anything with any of his items. None of them really affect the trillion-inch sprout. Oh, mortal damage, that's bad. Now we're going to need to... Nope, get the life off. Just bash with everybody else. Okay, smash, come on, scroll through. Okay, there we go, healed that off. Oh, that was almost bad. Glared with its eerie eyes. I don't even know what that does. Let's go for another life up. We don't really have many of those left, so we gotta play things carefully. Probably going for another fire beta, and then just shoot with that, because I suppose we can't really do anything else there. And hopefully this thing goes out soon, because we're running out of PP. PSI shield is a little annoying. How did it quickly dodge? That doesn't look like the kind of enemy that can quickly dodge. Let's use the Sudden Guts pill on Ed, and that'll last for the entire battle, just in case he gets hit by something. Do we have any goods here we can use? We have a bomb. Katie has a bomb for some reason. That's kind of weird. We can go throw that, do a little bit more extra damage without wasting our PSI too much. 53 damage. It's a little much, I think. Let's go ahead and use our last heal here. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and probably just go for the... let's go for the freeze. See if maybe we can get lucky and solidify its body so it doesn't do any damage to us this turn. That would be nice. Oh, but it has a psychic shield, so that didn't do anything. Hopefully we're getting close to knocking this thing out. I'm kind of wondering if maybe I should have done some more grinding before this. Let's go ahead and use just an alpha freeze. Do we have anything else we can really use? Not really. Not really. Oh, and there we go. We took it out. Alright, that was good because we were getting low on PSI there to heal things up. And another level up there. That's nice. Offense going up. We always need some good more offense. Vitality, which I gotta look up what that does because I'm not quite sure. Oh, maximum HP by 44. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Okay, and a level up for Katie as well. And, oh, everybody getting a level up in this battle. And this will probably be where we ended off. Right after we get out of this battle and we actually go to the your sanctuary spot up here. Alright, there we go. And this is, I think, the Milky Well, I want to say. I think that's what it's called. I guess we'll see something here in a minute. Okay, Milky Well, yep, that's it. And is there anything else over here? I think that healed up our PSI, by the way. Yes, it did. Okay, and then I'm going to check, because I'm not sure how many of these have we gotten. Let's go ahead and check the Soundstone. I don't think I've shown this yet. Okay, so that just plays all of the melody that we have so far. And it looks like this was our third one. And we should be coming up to our fourth one pretty soon here. So yeah, that's the end of this episode of Earthbound. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.